Searching, matching, and aggregating are important part of our daily activity on the web. For instance, while you are browsing around or googling some keywords, there's a lot of searching going on there. To make searching and matching less daunting and precise, popular editors like Notepad and Sublime use regular expressions to support search and replace. So when you hit Ctrl F on your keyboard while using these editors, you can search and match text of your choice. So apart from searching, you can perform input validation with regular expressions. For example, you can check if the PIN number entered by the user is all numeric or if a password entered has a special characters. So in this video, I'll explain what is a regular expression in JavaScript is, its importance, special characters, and how to create and write them efficiently, and the main use cases, and its different properties and methods. Now before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So without much ado, let's get started. So first we will look at what are regular expression. Next, what are JavaScript regular expression, or also called as JavaScript Regex. Then we will move on and have a look at the different methods such as modifiers, brackets, metacharacters, quantifiers, object properties, and methods. So what are regular expression? Now basically regular expression is a sequence of characters that constructs a search pattern. Regular expression makes searching and matching of strings easier and faster. So these are the patterns that matches the combination of characters in a string. The regular expression can be a single character or a more complicated pattern. For instance, when you search for a text with regex, you will get either true or false if the text is found. Similarly, when you try to match a text from the group of text, you will get an array with the expected text. That is the text that matches our pattern. So when you search for a data in a text, you can use the search pattern to describe what you are looking for. JavaScript supports regular expressions mostly for text search and text replacement. The regular expression pattern consists of a simple character or a combination of a simple and special characters given here. A JavaScript regular expression is a sequence of characters that forms a search pattern. You can define what needs to be searched in a text with the help of the regular expression. Regular expressions in JavaScript are created with regex objects. Therefore, the regular expressions are mostly JavaScript objects. In JavaScript, a regular expression is an object that describes the pattern of characters. The JavaScript regexp class represents the regular expression, and both string and regexp defines methods. And now this uses the regular expression to perform pattern matching and search and replace functions on text. Talking about the syntax of the regular expression, you can construct a regular expression in one of the two ways. The first way to create a regular expression in JavaScript is with the use of a constructor. Further, you just have to define any variable. I'm taking pattern as a variable. Now inside this you have a keyword new, and then you have to use the regular expression function, which is regexp. Now inside this you have to pass parameters such as your patterns and your attributes. And this is how you define the regular expression in JavaScript using constructor. And this is not the only method to define the regular expression, and you have a simplest method. All you have to do is use slash and put the pattern, and again use the slash and add your attributes. So this is another simple method of using your pattern and attributes in JavaScript regular expression. That is slash pattern slash attributes. Now what are the patterns and attributes here? Basically, pattern is a string that specifies the pattern of the regular expression or another regular expression. Whereas attributes is an optional string containing attributes that specify global, case insensitive, and multi-line matches. And there are different methods and ways of defining this regular expression in JavaScript. So let's look at the modifiers first. So what are modifiers? Modifiers are used to perform some case insensitive and global searches. In JavaScript, we have three modifiers. First is G modifier. This modifier will perform any sort of global match in a string. That is, it is not bounded by any particular constraint. It will globally perform the search and find out the word for you. So it will find all the possible matches from the given characters. Then next is I modifier. I modifier will perform any case insensitive matching. For example, if you have a word contains both capital letter and small letter, while performing the search, it would take a case insensitive matching. And finally, we have M modifier. Now this performs a multi-line matching. If you have 3 or 4 lines in your string, it will perform a multi-line matching. That is, it will find out that particular word or character from all of those lines present in your string. So these were the 3 main modifiers that we have. Now let's move on and see how these modifiers actually work in JavaScript. And here is an example for G modifier. First we have to take a string, then we have to define the pattern. And here I am writing a string that is welcome to SHOBINA YouTube channel to learn JavaScript Regex. And in my pattern, I'm looking for the word to, and it will perform a global matching. That is, it will perform a global search in my string. Whenever it finds the word to, it will give us the output. So in my string, I have the word to in two different places. So it should give me the output. That is 2 times 2. And in this program, I have defined a button. And the paragraph tag says, welcome to JavaScript Regex tutorial. And on click, we will have the function performed. So here we have a button. On clicking the button, we will have a function performed. And inside the function, we have defined our string and the pattern matching as well. Now I am saving the file. On clicking the button, it will show me the result 2, 2. Because it found out two different matches for this particular word. That is, one is here and second one is after channel. Next is the I modifier, which performs the case insensitive matching. And here is an example. For example, I am writing the word SHOBINA with capital letter S. And in the pattern, I am going to write S normally, that is without any capital letter. And I will put the attribute as I, which is I modifier. So now I will save the file and let me click here. And we can see that the output says SHOBINA. Whereas in my search pattern, I just wrote SHOBINA with small letters. But it performs a case insensitive matching. So in this case, it wouldn't matter if you are writing a string in capital letter or small letter. It still finds out that particular word for you. And next is M modifier. It will look for this particular word even if you have a multiple lines in your string. So if you enter another new line, that's I'm just writing SHOBINA JavaScript courses. Save this file, and when I go for output, I got this word SHOBINA again. But here I am having a small letter S because M modifier is case sensitive and it is not global. To perform a global case insensitive search, use M with G and I. And this is all about the modifiers and its example and how it works in JavaScript regular expressions. And next we have the brackets. Now talking about the brackets, they are basically used to find a particular range of characters. And it can define a single characters or a group of characters or a character spans. And the brackets matches for the characters inside the brackets. And here the first expression, that is ABC within the square bracket. Now this particular expression is used to find any character present between the brackets. So with this you can pass any character or any set of characters inside the square brackets, and that will be matched with your string. And next we have the power symbol with the characters that you are searching for. And this will help you to find the characters that are not between the square brackets. So when you specify any particular word inside this expression, the output will show everything in the string except these particular characters. Next we have the digits 0 to 9. And this expression within the square bracket will find any digits within the square bracket. Suppose if you are looking for number 2 in a particular string, we just have to write the number 2 in the square bracket and it will give the result. And next is power symbol with digits. It symbolizes that any other value in your string will be displayed. So apart from this particular string that you have mentioned inside the square bracket will be displayed. So it will find any non-digits that are not present between the brackets. Now let's see the examples. Here I am changing the string to something like SHOBINA online 123. And within the bracket I specify the characters to be displayed. So this one will get me any characters between the brackets and the output will matches that particular string. Now I save my file. On clicking here, it will show me the character specified inside the square bracket. That is the character specified inside the square bracket that matches the string is showed. Let's do another search. I am taking the character L and the output shows me the letter L. That is, it matches the particular letter that I have mentioned inside the square bracket and omits everything else. In same example, if I change the expression to this, that is, it will omit that particular letter. Apart from the letter L, everything else is printed. Now let's look at the digits. And here I am trying to match my string with digits 1 and 2. Now let's see the output. And you can see it matched my string and I do have a value 1 and 2 in my string. Next, when I add the symbol, let's see what happened for this. As you see, it gives me every other value other than 1 and 2. And this is how the brackets work. Next, we'll move on to meta characters. Meta characters or characters with a special meaning. So first of all, we have W, which looks for a word character. This small letter W will look for any particular word character. And next we have a capital W, which finds any non-word character. So the first one will give you any particular word and the second one will give you any non-word character. That is like digits or any special characters. Next we have a small letter D that finds a digit. And also we have a capital letter D which finds a non-digit character. In the same manner, we have a small letter S and the capital letter S. The small letter S will find the white space characters present in your string, whereas the capital letter S will find the non-white space character in your string. That is, the small letter S will matches the white spaces and the capital letter S will match other than the white spaces. And next we have the small letter B and the capital letter B. The small letter B will find a match at the beginning or the end of the word, whereas the capital letter B will look for a match but not at the beginning or end of the word. Next we have the character F. This will find the form feed character. And next we have R, which basically finds a carriage return character. And V finds a vertical tab character. And finally we have T, which is used to find any tab character. Now let's see some examples of meta characters. Now I'm changing this string into something like this. I'm using this meta character followed by backslash. So you have to insert a backslash first and then take a small letter W. Let's see the output. That is, it takes only the word character. So it omitted the percentage symbol and the exclamatory symbol. Also, it doesn't consider any white spaces. Next, I'm changing to capital letter W. And let's see the output now. And you can see that it matches only the percentage symbol, white spaces, and the exclamatory symbol. That is, it returns only the non-word characters. And in the same way, I'm taking the small letter D, which will return only digits. Now let's see what happens. And you can see that it only returns the digits. And for the non-digit, we have the capital letter D. And now save this and click here again. Here we have everything else apart from our digits. So we have all these symbols, all the characters including the white spaces, but definitely not the digits. Next we will try for the white spaces, for which we have the character S. The small letter S will return all the white space characters. Now save this and go back to the website. And here you can see this tiny bit like comma which represents the space. That is the space before and after the word JavaScript. Next, when you change to capital letter S, you will find the difference. Let's see what happens. And now we can see that no white spaces have been returned. And it provides every other value in your string apart from the white spaces. And next up we have quantifiers. The quantifier will match the character for the given number of times. So quantifiers will match any particular or any number of characters that are present in your string. The first one we have is n plus. The n is any character that you are looking for, and the plus symbol is any string that contains at least one n. So for example, if you are taking an expression as a plus, it will look for the number of a's that are present in your string. And next up we have n star. And this matches any string that contains 0 or more occurrences of n. So any particular character that we use here with star symbol will find out any string that contains 0 or more occurrences. There is more number of this particular character. And next we have n question mark. And this will match any string that contains 0 or 1 occurrences of n. And next we have n, inside curly braces we have x. This will find the x number of characters that you have mentioned inside the curly braces. And x must be a number. So it matches the pattern exactly for x number of times. In same way we have x comma y inside the curly braces, which matches any string that contains a sequence of x to y ends. X and y must be a number here. That is, it takes a range from x to y. That is, it matches a pattern for x to y number of times. And next we have just x comma and nothing at the end. It will match any string that contains a sequence of at least x ends. Here x must be a number. That is, it matches the pattern for x or more number of times. So it does not have any end point, but it has only the beginning point that is defined as x. And the final one is n with dollar symbol. And this one will match any string with n at the end of it. So these were some of the quantifiers. Now let's see some examples on them. And again I'm changing my string into something like hello, welcome to JavaScript tutorial, and adding a sequence of numbers like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm just taking the numbers to show how the sequence would be matched. Suppose if I want to match a character E with my string, the first one was plus symbol. So with my character E, I have added the plus symbol here. Now let's save this and go back here. And click here and you can see that is, it has printed 3 E's. That is, it has matched my string with the number of E's that are present. Next, let me change the symbol to star and save it. Go back and click here. And now we can see that it shows me even the spaces of where these characters are present. That is, it includes all other characters and the white spaces involved. So in my string I have 3 E's, and here I have HELLO and space and WELCOME and begin with to JavaScript tutorial, and this is how the sequence goes on. So it basically separates the white spaces and characters with the help of commas and shows the occurrence of characters that we are trying to match. And next we use the question mark symbol. Now I save this and go back to click here, and here also it provides the same result. Now let me take another character A and save this now. And it shows me that we still have A at certain places and also any number of occurrences here. Now the question mark will also look for 0 or more occurrences. So even if your character is not present here, it will return your value with all the white spaces and the characters that are present here. For example, I'm taking the character N, which is not there in this particular string. And let me save this and go back to the website. It returns me this value because it takes 0 or more occurrences. There is no N here, so it considers as 0 occurrence. Now if I want to get the digits here, I have to take the digit inside the curly braces. And here in this string I have 1 3 times. So I have to take metacharacter digit because I'm looking for the digit followed by backslash. And inside the curly bracket I have the digits mentioned as 1. Now I'll just save this and go back here. And you can see it returns all the digits or the sequence where 1 is present. That is, for the first one I have 1 and then 1, 2, and also I have 1, 2, 3. And this is what all about the quantifiers. And next we have object properties. The JavaScript regular expression object property is a function that creates an object's prototype. Now talking about the object property, first we have the constructor. Now this property will return the function that creates the regexp object prototypes. And next we have global property. This checks whether the G modifier is set or not. And then we have ignore case, and it checks whether the I modifier is set or not. Next we have last index, which specifies the index at which to start the next match. And finally we have multi-line. Now this checks whether the M modifier is set or not. Now let's see some examples on properties. Now I'm taking the string like hello, welcome to JavaScript tutorial. Inside the pattern, let me specify the word well and mention G modifier. And in the result, I have to take the pattern. That is the variable I have mentioned here, and dot global. So this will check for my G modifier and it will see whether it is set or not. That's why we use the global property here. Now save this and go back to the website. Here it returns true. So basically it tells me that the G modifier is set here. For ignore case, I have taken a character hello without specifying any capital letter H, and I have specified here as I instead of G. In result section, I have changed the global property to ignore case, and it checks for the I modifier is set or not. And this property returns true if the I modifier is set, otherwise returns false. That is same like G modifier. So this is how the object properties work. Now moving on to the final section, we have object methods. The first we have is compile method. This method is used to compile a regular expression during execution of the script. And next we have execute method. And this method will test for a match in a string and returns the first match. And next we have test method. And this method will test for a match in a string and returns a value either true or false. And finally we have toString method. And this method will return the string value of the regular expression. Now let's see how these methods work in JavaScript regular expression. And here I have a string as hello, welcome to JavaScript tutorial. And I have to define a new method. And here I am using regular expression method. And I am looking for the character J. And here in execute method, I am going to pass the parameter as my string, from where it's going to match this particular character. Now I'm saving this and going back to the website. And here it returns me the first L. Basically it will return the first match that it has found out. And then it will not check further in your string. And next we have the test method. And here I am checking for the same string and the same character. But we have changed the method here. That is, we have the test method. And this method will check whether this particular character is present in my string or not. When it just look for the match in my string, it will return me the value as true or false. Okay, let me save this and see here. And you can see the value returned here is true, because definitely the character L is present in the string. If I change the value to Z, and now you can see that the value has changed to false, because we do not have the character Z in the entire string. And so far we have seen the different ways of defining a regular expression and how you can use the modifiers, brackets, meta-characters and quantifiers, and also the object properties and even object methods for your regular expression. So with this we have come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for watching.